This is just so exciting! I am so happy for both of you. Come here and let me give you a hug. Thanks, Mom. We're just as excited as you are. This is like a dream come true. Oh, and what a beautiful ring as well. I won't ask because I know it's rude, but this must have cost a lot of money, Steve. Please don't ask, Mom. But I think that Vivian deserves the best. Oh, you have no idea how much I love it! Just look at it! I try to always include it somehow in any photo that I take. I don't usually like to show off, but with a ring like this, how can I not? But Clarissa, I would have to say that we're even more excited. I mean, we're the ones getting engaged, aren't we? How can anyone be more excited than us? Yeah. It's just a figure of speech. Of course we're actually the ones who are the most excited about this. We can finally get married and then plan our future together. How could I not be excited about that? There's no point fighting about who is the most excited. This is a great day for everyone. Oh, how glad I am that I will finally get to see one of my sons get married. You know how Carl is. At this rate, he will probably never settle down, and I will never get to see him start a family. I wish he had as much sense as you to find a lovely girl like Vivian here and put a ring on her finger before somebody else gets to her. Come on, Mom. Everyone has their own personalities and values. Carl might not be looking to settle down just at this time, but you never know. He might get as lucky as I was and find someone who will change his mind about it. I do hope you're right, but I don't really put too much hope in that. He's always been the bachelor type, and he says as much himself. He might really be like that for his whole life. Like I said, don't count it out. A lot of people say that right up until they meet the right person. Carl might be one of those people too. Now, I am not saying that I am guaranteeing anything of the sort, but you also shouldn't count anything out either. I know. But it can be hard as a mother to see him just casually rolling through life like he is now. But you're right. I shouldn't be too hard on him. It's his life and he can make the choices that he wants in it. I don't have a say in his life decisions. But then what about the wedding? Have you got any idea of when that might be happening at all? I would love to be able to help you in some way. I haven't been involved in a wedding since my own. Even if I am not really doing anything, I would love to be along for the ride. We haven't decided on anything just yet, but we don't want to wait too long. Yeah, apparently the right thing to do is to wait for a year or even two before you get married. Isn't that kind of crazy? I don't know if it's just me, but that seems like far too long. No, I agree with you there as well. I mean, why wait that long? I think it maybe makes sense if you're going to plan a really big wedding and that takes a lot of time and effort to do. But even then, 2 years really seems like it's dragging out too long. So, does that mean that you're not going to have a very big ceremony? Is that why you're not going to wait for so long? That's partially the case. We just don't want to wait until the whole thing is completely official. It's better for us to do it and then be husband and wife. But we also don't want to have an absolutely enormous wedding. It won't quite be family only, but we won't just invite everyone we have ever met at some point in our lives. Oh, I understand, of course. One of my friend's daughters had a massive wedding ceremony about a year or so ago. My friend told me that she barely recognized anyone there at all. There were so many people that even her daughter had a hard time explaining to her mom who they were and introducing them beyond their name. Maybe they were just the plus ones. Even if she knew one person, that doesn't always mean that she knows their partner, right? Maybe, but by the sounds of it, it was far beyond that. Of course, I wasn't there, so I can't tell you for sure either way. But it still sounded like there were far too many people there for it to be any good. A wedding shouldn't just be a big party. It should be a time for you to celebrate a special moment with the people in your life who you care about. Isn't that right, Vivian? I think that's exactly right, and that's the type of wedding we will be going for. We can always have a big party at another time if we really wanted to. That's not really something that I am super interested in to begin with, though. You know I am not a party kind of guy. I know. I just meant that it should be a special moment, whereas a party is something that can be done on any other weekend. Well, I have to say that you two really have the right idea about the whole thing, even if I do say so myself. Please do let me know if I can help in any way. Or Vivian, you can just invite me along when you go to look at the dresses or the flowers or whatever else, and I will be more than happy to join you. Don't worry, I am not going to be bossy and try to tell you what you should choose or anything like that. I just would like to be a part of it in some way. Of course we can do that, Clarissa. And I would love to hear your opinion on various things as well. You can say what you think about them. You don't need to hold back. That sounds wonderful. Thank you so much. No problem, Mom. But we had better be going. I'm sure Vivian will let you know if there are any updates at all. Won't you, Vivian? Of course. I would be happy to do that. Hi, honey. I hope this is an okay time. I know that you must be really busy with everything that's going on. There was just something quick that I wanted to speak to you about. Quick, but important as well. Hi, Mom. I am fine to talk right now, though what's going on? And what do you mean by everything that is going on with me? There's nothing too much out of the ordinary. Everything is pretty much going the same as usual. What do you mean? I am talking about the wedding, of course. Those things can be so hard to plan and it takes up so much time and energy. That's why I am texting you right now, actually. I wanted to help you out with the planning if at all possible. And I am so excited about it that it's good for me to have a little bit of a hand in some of the preparation so that I don't go insane while waiting for the big day. Last time that we talked, you told me that you and Vivian hadn't even decided on a venue yet. I hope that hasn't changed either. I was talking to some friends about the wedding, and they mentioned that they knew a great place. I followed up and even took a look myself. It really is phenomenal, and I think both of you would love it. I can take you there to show you around, or give you the details and you can decide yourself. How does that sound? Mom, thanks a lot for going through all of that trouble for us, but I'm afraid it was all for nothing. We won't need to check that venue out. Sorry that you went out of your way to find it for us. Oh no. So you did find something yourselves then. Well, if it's not locked in just yet, you might be able to change it still. I am sure that what I have found is the exact place that the two of you should tie the knot. It's not that, Mom. We won't be needing a venue at all anymore. What do you mean by that? Did you decide to not have a wedding and just register the wedding at City Hall? I know that more and more people do that these days, but a wedding should be celebrated with everyone. Don't let me down now. I have been getting so excited for it. No, that's not what I mean by that either. Listen, this is kind of hard for me to talk about still, and I am sorry that I didn't tell you yet. I have been meaning to, but I just couldn't bring myself to get around to it, that's all. I really don't understand what you're talking about right now. What's going on, Steve? You know you can tell me anything that's troubling you. I am your mother, after all. If you can't talk to me about it, then who can you go to? I'm always here to listen to anything that you need to talk about. I know. It's just this has been something hard for me to deal with, and I have been struggling to tell anyone else. Vivian and I aren't having any sort of wedding anymore. We're not getting married. We've broken up. What? How can that be? You only got engaged just recently, didn't you? What happened that would have caused you two to break up? What happened between you two? You were never the kind to have big fights. What could have changed so quickly? I don't know if it happened between us exactly. It's not like we had a fight or anything like that. It's much worse, really. It turns out that she has been cheating on me for some time with someone. Maybe since or just after I proposed to her. I don't really know the timeline. Oh my god! That can't be! Vivian really did something so horrible! I never would have expected that of her in my wildest dreams! Are you sure there hasn't been some mistake? I didn't want to believe it at first either, but I am afraid that's the truth. And she said that she wants to be with this other guy. It wasn't just some one-night stand or a fling. She's going to be with him, so that means the two of us are done. It's over, Mom. There's no mistake about it. She was very upfront when she told me what happened. I'm sorry that I didn't tell you sooner, but I just have been trying to deal with it myself, and it's been pretty rough on me. I was going to tell you, but I didn't really know how to broach the topic. Actually, you messaging me now helped me out with that, so thanks. Honey, I am so sorry to hear that from you. And here I was being all excited and talking about the wedding without even knowing anything. That must have been uncomfortable for you. I am so sorry. And this is coming so close to the wedding as well. There must have only been about 3 months left before the day you guys had wanted. I'm just really struggling to even wrap my head around this. It's okay, Mom. There was no way that you could have known about it. It was a real shock for me as well. I didn't notice any signs or anything. Something else, though, is that she didn't even give me the ring back, which is kind of a bummer. That cost me a pretty penny, and I would have at least liked to pawn it or something and get a bit of that back. She's trying to keep it! Oh my god, that's even worse! Can't you do anything about that? There must be something you can do to try and get that back from her. She has no right to keep that after what she did. And it was such a beautiful ring as well. I don't know. There might be something that I could do, but to be honest, I can't be bothered. I think that it's better for me to just not engage with her at all and cut her out of my life. If I have to keep chasing after her for this, it will just take longer for me to heal. Well, listen here. I know that this isn't exactly what you want to hear right now because you must be having a tough time, but you will be better off without her. Someone who cheats would have cheated in another situation or at another time. I know it doesn't seem like something to be thankful for, but at least it happened before the wedding. Yeah, I have been trying to tell myself something along those lines, but it's not the easiest thing to do. I know that I will be fine once some time has passed, but I don't know how much time is needed, you know? But don't worry about me too much. I won't waste away just moping around all day. I know you won't. You have always been a mentally strong person. Well, this definitely wasn't the news that I was expecting. I had also wanted to invite you and Vivian to come over for dinner on Friday, but that's obviously not going to happen. Did you want to come over on your own, though? I can make whatever you want. Thanks, Mom, but I'm going to have to say no to that. I think I need this week to be alone, and then I will be back to normal sooner. I hope you understand what I mean. Of course, that's totally fine. Just let me know, though, if you ever change your mind. You know that both me and your dad will always be here for you. You don't need to be embarrassed or anything to reach out to us if you want to talk or spend some time together. I know that, Mom. Thanks a lot. I will be sure to let you know if I decide to come around or anything. Hey, Steve. Mom told me what happened between you and Vivian. I know you might not want to talk about it too much, but I just wanted to reach out and say that I'm sorry that had to happen to you. You just have to keep your chin up and keep yourself busy doing other things. Before you know it, you will have forgotten all about her. Thanks, bro. I know that that's what I need to do, but it's easier said than done. But I will try my best to not mope around. I think I am still kind of in shock and everything feels very unreal to me at the moment. But hey, it happens, right? It's not like this is the first time it has ever happened in history. If other people can get through it, then so can I. You're right. It's probably not even that rare these days. What's probably rarer is the fact that you at least found out. It might not be the best thing to say right now, but at least you found out and were able to end things, and the relationship didn't just drag on any longer. That's for sure. I don't know what I would have done if I had found out later when we had already gotten married or something. It's not too much, but I guess there is some sort of silver lining to be seen in that. Exactly. So make sure you keep your chin up and focus on the little amount of good that you can take from the whole situation. It's a crappy situation, but what else can you do? You're right, Carl. Thanks for reaching out to me as well. By the way, maybe you don't want to talk about this right now, but do you have any idea of who this guy was? The one she was cheating with, I mean. Did she say anything about who it was or how they met or anything like that? No, she didn't mention anything like that at all. And I wasn't really in the mood to pry and find out the details. It's probably better that I don't know who it was. If I did have a face and a name, who knows what I would do. Oh, come on. You've never been one to hold grudges or to get violent. Don't act like you would have hunted this guy down or something. You wouldn't do that, would you? I have never been like that, no. But this is something pretty different. I'm not saying that I would act in this way or in that way. I really don't know what I would do at all. Maybe nothing. Maybe something very stupid. Then maybe it's better that she kept it from you. Nothing good would have come from knowing about it, that's for sure. I think you're probably right. Well, let me change the subject a little here, and maybe this will cheer you up a little. I have some news of my own. Oh, yeah? And what might this news be about? I don't know what you could tell me that would cheer me up, to be honest. Don't be like that. Isn't some good news from your brother enough to get you out of the doom and gloom that you are in now? That depends on the news, I suppose. Go on, then. Hit me with the big update already. Well, you see, there's been an update in my relationship status, so to speak. I actually have a girlfriend of my own now. A little bit of a role reversal here. Oh, really? Well, congratulations then, Carl. I didn't expect to hear that from you. You always said you were going to be a forever bachelor and didn't want to be tied down, right? This isn't the kind of thing someone who says things like that should be telling me. Things can change, Steve. I know you should be aware of that. And things change without us deciding them a lot of the time as well. This is just how it turned out for me, even though I used to think differently. And if I'm being honest, we have been seeing each other for a little while already, but it was kind of one of those situationships. We weren't really official, and it was kind of unclear where we were going to go. But now we're officially together, so I thought maybe this would cheer you up a little. My girl left me, and you found one for yourself, and that's supposed to cheer me up, huh? Oh, well, you know, at least there are some good things happening in this world, am I right? Don't get me wrong, I am not trying to rub this in your face or anything. I just thought some good news somewhere might perk you up a little bit. Yeah, I get it. Don't worry, I am happy for you for real. I'm not going to see other people's happiness as some kind of attack on me while I am down. I'm glad that you found someone who you like enough to change you from your past ways. She must be some girl to do that. She really is. I am sure you would agree with me on that. And that's the right way to be thinking. I know you'll bounce back from this in no time. You've always been that kind of guy. This time will be no different. Thanks. I am confident that I will be finding good time as well. I am planning on just focusing on work and some hobbies. That way, I won't think about it too much and the time will pass quicker as well. I know that time is all I need. You know what they say, time is the thing that heals all wounds. And I am sure that it will be no different for me as well. Right, but there are lots of different ways that you could pass that time. Are you sure that work is the best thing to get so invested in? Yeah, why not? I mean, it's not like I'm going to make it my entire life or anything like that. But it's also better than just drinking away my problems or something like that. Finding a solution at the bottom of a bottle won't be any real solution at all, and will probably make me feel worse in the end as well. At least working hard will be of help to me financially, and then I will be able to have more options for my own future that way. Who knows what I will do after that? I might travel or even see if I can get a similar position in another country and get some new experiences. That almost sounds like a midlife crisis if you ask me, though. No going out womanizing to get your mind off of things instead. I think that sounds like the right way to deal with it myself. That might be a better way to keep your mind off of Vivian. And who knows, you might even meet someone new while you're at it. Come on, you know that I am not that kind of guy. I never have been, and doing that now would go against who I am as a person. It's also not right for me to essentially use others to help myself get past what's happening now. Rebounds aren't the best idea in my mind. No, just focusing on other areas of my life is going to be the best thing that I can do for myself right now, I think. And is there a country that you might move to? I don't think you have ever mentioned moving anywhere else before, and you never showed much interest in that at all. Not even really for just travel. Up and moving to another country sounds like you will be running from your problems more than anything else, if you ask me. Well, by the time that I am ready to do that, I hopefully won't have any problems that I need to run from. Who knows, though? As for a country that I might move to, I haven't thought about it that much, of course. It's just an idea that I have in mind now. Since I thought I was getting married, I didn't think I would ever have that opportunity. But at work, we often work with clients from Germany and some other European countries like Norway and Denmark, I think. Germany might not be the worst place to go and check out for a year or two. I heard that most people even speak English there, so it's probably easier to get around that way. Moving to another country and only speaking English? That's the true American way! No, I would try to learn it eventually, but at the beginning it would be nice to still be able to do things and talk to people. It might be a little bit of a crutch, but it's a bit of a safety net as well in case I am not as good at learning another language, and I could be. I haven't done any sort of language studies since we were back in high school. And boy, was my Spanish bad. I couldn't say a single sentence to save my life. Same with me, though. I don't think that high school language classes are the same as learning it as an adult. Nobody really cared about learning at that time. Exactly. It always seemed so pointless to me, and it was hard enough to even pay attention to the teacher. But if there is a real goal and purpose in mind, then that's something else entirely. I could also just save up a bunch of money and travel around to different countries as well. Moving somewhere and working isn't my only option. Mexico would be kind of interesting, and it's pretty close as well. That could be a first stop for me. And what are you going to do in Mexico? Do you know anything about it at all? No, I don't really. But I could find out while I am there. Isn't that the whole point of traveling to different countries? To find out what else is going on? To meet some new people and see new places. The food there must be pretty good as well. I love Mexican food here in the States, and I am sure it would be even better in Mexico itself. Well, to be sure, I still think that sleeping around a little bit right here is the real way to go. But you do you. You sound like you have some sort of plan forming in your head already, so you should go for it. If you're sure about it, then go for whatever you think is right, I guess. I won't stop you in any case. Okay, well, you focus on that then. I have to go now. I'm actually supposed to meet my girlfriend pretty soon. But keep your chin up, and I know you will get through this. Thanks, Carl. By the way, what's your girlfriend's name then? You didn't even tell me that. That's a secret, Steve. I will introduce you to her when the time is right, though. Even her name is a secret right now? Wow, that's some secret. I didn't know you were so tight-lipped. Fine. Keep your secrets. But you have to introduce her to me at some point. Don't forget that. Have fun. How is my favorite depressed brother doing? Still moping around and trying to drown your sorrows? Come off it. I'm not depressed. Things are going fine for me, though. My plan to focus on work was a pretty good one. I have been able to keep my mind off of Vivian for the past while. And I think that the higher-ups have been noticing the hard work that I am putting in. They have been inviting me along to a bunch of meetings and planning sessions that I usually am not a part of. Oh yeah? And does that spell a promotion on the horizon or something like that? It would be a waste of work if not. I can't say for sure, but it does look like that. I think the hard work will pay off eventually. And even if it doesn't pay off in that way, it's been helping me through this. I think I am going to be alright, Carl. Everything is going to be alright. I just need a little more time, though. That's what I wanted to hear! Good for you, Steve. I always knew that was what it was going to be like. But do you still need more time even now? It's been like 3 months at this point, right? Surely that's enough for you. How much more is there for you to get through at this point? Thanks. 3 months might sound like a long time, and it is for other things. But we were together for a long time, and I was envisioning a life together with her. It's going to take more than just a few months to get over that sort of experience. I guess you're right. Well, I suppose you're at least over the worst of it, though, aren't you? Maybe you could say that, maybe not. It's different day to day. Sometimes it's fine, sometimes not so much. So, what can I do for you then? No stories of deep depression and despair, though. If that's what you came to me for, then you're out of luck today. Haha, damn! That's exactly what I wanted from you! I thought I would get a chance to make fun of you a bit. Nah, I'm only kidding. I actually have some more news for you and wanted to share. Oh yeah? Does this have anything to do with your mysterious girlfriend that no one has met yet? If it is, then I am already interested in what you have to say. Actually, it does have everything to do with her. You have a good sense for this. I didn't say anything except that I have news and you were able to sniff it out. Maybe you should be a palm reader or a fortune teller on the side. You might make a quick buck. You know all that stuff is complete garbage. I'm not into scamming people, so that's a no-go. But seriously, you haven't even told me or Mom or Dad her name, let alone introduced us to her. What gives? Oh, it's just what seemed right to do, I suppose. I don't know how to explain it to you any more clearly than that. But here's the thing. You will all get to meet her very, very soon. And in quite an interesting setting as well. Since you're so good at reading what I have to say, do you have any guesses about what that could mean? Oh, don't do this to me. I don't want to try and guess something that I could never possibly get correct. I'm not a mind reader, just come out with it. Oh, you're no fun. But fine, I will tell you. We're getting married! What? Are you kidding me? You're getting married. Carl is settling down with one woman and tying the knot? Am I dreaming right now? I need to pinch myself to make sure that I am actually in the real world right now. This simply can't be real. No, you're not dreaming. And you don't need to make me sound like that either. I told you before that she is different and has made me want to settle down. And there's nothing wrong with settling down. You were going to do it. So don't tease me about the same thing now. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it at all. I am just surprised to hear that from you. But this is pretty quick, isn't it? I know you said that you were in a bit of a situationship before you officially got together, but it's only been like 3 months since you told me about her. Aren't you moving a tad too fast? Shouldn't you get to know her a little better before you decide to spend the rest of your life with her? Now, that's not what I expected from you. What happened to all that stuff you used to say about passion and how time doesn't matter when you met someone you loved? Do you remember saying that? You used to talk about it all the time when we spoke about girls. Even when we were much younger and in college. Yeah, I remember that. And I still believe it. But again, you were the one who was always against that sort of thing, but here you are, getting married within a year of being with this girl. That's true. But I guess I finally understand what you always used to talk about. It's just about meeting the right person, I guess. I wouldn't have thought that I would agree with you, but here we are. I'm really into her, so this doesn't even feel like it's a rush. It just feels like the most natural thing in the world. We might not have been together for that long, but it feels like we have known each other forever. That's how you know that you found the right person, don't you think? You're probably right. If it feels like that, then it's probably not a bad move to put a ring on her finger before someone else does. I'm very happy to hear that from you, Carl. Congratulations to you, then. This is very big news. So, what's going on with the wedding, then? Have you set any rough dates for it yet? When can I expect an invitation to arrive? We don't have a set date just yet, but we're beginning to tell family and friends about the marriage. We do want it done as soon as we can, though. We've been thinking a little, and we might be able to get it sorted out by the end of July. So that still gives us about 2.5 months to organize and prepare. I see. But isn't that cutting it a little close? Are you going to have enough time to sort everything out? There's a lot that goes into organizing a wedding. I know that, but we have also decided that it should be quite small. We will probably only invite family and maybe a couple of very close friends. But it's not going to be some huge event where we invite everyone we know. That would be hard to do in such a small time frame. But the 2.5 months should be more than enough for the little intimate one that we have in mind. That sounds like a reasonable plan. Big weddings are a messy endeavor, and I wouldn't trust you to be able to put it together in the first place. I know, you're right about that. But you have to play to your strengths. At least I can admit that I would be terrible at any big-scale organizing. But you're going to be at the wedding, right? You're not going to be locked in your room sobbing or anything like that. Of course not. I told you that I am doing just fine. I wouldn't miss it for the world. Okay, great. We won't be sending out invitations because it's only going to be a few close guests. Once we decide on the date, I will send you the details by text and you can just confirm that you're coming. No problem. There shouldn't be anything that stops me from going, but try to let me know as soon as you figure it out. By the way, does Mom know yet? She was so excited for my wedding, and then super disappointed when it fell through. I am sure that she will be over the moon when she hears about this. I think she will be too. I haven't told her about it yet, but I am about to do it right now. And you can all look forward to a surprise on the day since none of you would have seen her before. Well, I will look forward to it then. I won't keep you anymore. Go tell Mom. What the hell are you playing at, Carl? What the hell kind of stunt was that? Did you really have to do things like this? You were the one that Vivian had been cheating on me with? My own brother? I can't believe you. Look, I'm sorry. That's just how things kind of worked out. It just happened. I wanted to say something earlier, but, I couldn't do it. Things like that don't just happen. It's not a little mistake that we're talking about. You stole my fiancé from me. Something like that isn't a mistake or a mess-up. It's a choice. You chose to do that to me. I didn't steal her, to be fair. We just ended up hitting it off one day, and one thing led to another. She just decided that she would rather be with me than be with you. I mean, what else can I say about it at this point? You're my brother. Nothing should have led anywhere at all. What were you doing meeting up with her anyway? When would you have met her? We didn't hang out all that much together except for family events either. You should have had the sense to not do anything and say no in the first place. How could you do this to me? Would you rather it was just some random guy then? Would that have made your breakup better? At least you know who she is with now. And you know that I am the right person to be with her if it wasn't going to be with you. I would have rather it was some random guy, yes. That's what I thought, and I was starting to get over what happened. Never in my wildest dreams would I have thought that it was you. I never even considered it. No one would have thought that. Look, I know it looks bad, but what can I say now? I can't take it back anymore, can I? What's done is done. Getting angry about it now isn't going to change what happened, and it won't get you Vivian back either. Why couldn't you have at least said something? You invited me and our parents to this wedding without any of us having the slightest idea of what we were getting into. This was the worst possible way of me finding out about this. The first time I see your new girlfriend is her walking down the aisle, and it's the woman who I was supposed to be getting married to. How do you think that felt for me? Can't you see why that was a horrible way to do things? I thought that it would have been better to let some time pass and let you get over her before I broke the news. And I also thought that if you all saw us on our wedding day, that things would be okay. If I just told you straight away, then you would have all just gotten angry at me and nothing good would have come of it. Do you really think that I should have told you from the start? You would have cut me off immediately if I had done that. I thought that this was the one way that I could also save our relationship in the process of being with Vivian. I would have rather not even had to hear or find this sort of thing out from you at all. I was so happy for you when you told me the news. Mom and Dad were so excited for it as well. I didn't tell you this before, but when I told Mom about my engagement, she was saying that she had lost all hope that you would ever settle down. I told her not to count you out, but she didn't have much hope that you would ever marry anyone. And then we get the big news. Carl is getting married. Who would have ever guessed such a thing? Mom was completely ecstatic for you. She was so happy that you had found someone that made you want to settle down once and for all. And then we find out about this bombshell on the day of the wedding. Do you know how hard that was on her? You're a complete idiot. I don't know how you thought that this was going to be okay. In no world was this ever going to be okay. Not if you told me straight away, and definitely not now doing it like this. I'm sorry about Mom, but that's not really got anything to do with me. I know that she was excited, but that was mainly because she had her own assumptions about me and my life. But come on, Steve! Don't be like this! You said yourself that you were getting over it, so what's the big deal now? So what if I am the one who she is with now? You're over her and focusing on other stuff, so all's well that ends well. You're not the one who gets to decide any of that. You even used my ring that she didn't give back to me. I saw that she was still wearing it. Do you think that's okay too? That thing cost me a bunch of money and I kind of resigned myself to not getting it back. But that was with the idea in mind that I would never see her or the ring again. This wasn't supposed to happen to me. Okay, maybe this didn't work out how I had planned it to go. But you can still be happy for me, can't you? I'm still your brother and I am still getting married. Just ignore who it is that I am getting married to. I don't think you had to storm out like that. You could have been a little more reserved. Shut up! Don't pull the I'm your brother card on me now. What else did you expect me to do? Just sit there and smile quietly while you married my ex-fiancé? That would have been ideal, yeah. That was the sort of thing that I had in mind. Otherwise, I wouldn't have invited you. I still have no idea why you thought to do that. That type of thinking is absolutely beyond me. I didn't want to keep it a secret forever. That sort of thing eats at you inside. I wanted my family to be part of this happy moment just like anyone else. Is there really that much wrong with wanting that? There is when you ruin that same happy moment for one of your family members. That changes everything. Listen to me, Carl. You are not my brother anymore. I don't consider you to be anyone to me at all. I don't want to see you. I don't want to talk to you. Do you understand what I am saying to you? Come on, Steve. Don't be so dramatic. We've known each other our whole lives. Are you really going to throw all of that away because I got the girl in the end? I'm not the one who was throwing anything away. You did that when you decided to sleep with my fiancé. And as far as I see it, even if I am throwing our relationship away, I am not throwing away anything of value. Brothers? What a joke. No one would do that to their own brother if they cared for them at all. Don't act like that. Life can be messy, but that doesn't mean we have to be enemies. I know you're upset, but you'll see that what I am saying is the truth. And this isn't just some girl. I do have very strong feelings for Vivian. You can be sure that I will take good care of her. Go to hell, Carl. I don't need to hear that kind of crap from you. That's not the kind of thing that is going to make the situation better. This shouldn't have ever happened in the first place. Okay, I know that you're angry and upset. I will give you some time to process all of this. Come and reach out to me when you're ready. You'll always be my brother, and I will be waiting for you. Well, then you will be waiting for that moment until the day you die, because I am not going to forgive you. Ever. Go to hell. You're such an ass! You completely ruined our wedding day acting like that. You and your stupid parents, too. Carl and I handed you an olive branch by inviting you to the wedding, hoping that we could have a normal relationship, and look at what you did. You threw it back into our faces and ruined everything. Why couldn't you have just acted like a normal person? I didn't even want you to be there in the first place, but Carl insisted and I finally caved. What a great idea that was. I knew he was wrong about inviting you. How can you actually have the nerve to say that to me? If I had known that you were Carl's bride, then I would never have been there in the first place. You two were crazy to even think of inviting me to that wedding. Do you think that I wanted to be there? That I wanted to see you there? That's why we didn't mention it. We thought that we had given you some time to get over it and to get over me. We thought you would be able to be happy for us. That's a stupid thought. What an insane idea. Who could be happy for either of you under these circumstances? What did you think would happen? Did you think that I would just be cheering for you and sit there and celebrate until the end once you had walked out? Yes, I did think that. And why not? We broke up a while ago now. It's been like half a year. You should have gotten over the whole thing by this point. There was no need to be such a baby and start yelling in front of everyone. This was supposed to be my day and you ruined it by causing a scene. What else was I going to do? Anyone would have acted like me in that situation. And it wasn't just me either. Pretty much everyone who you invited was in complete shock. Nobody expected that. Don't try and make it out to be my fault. No, they weren't. Some people had no problem with what was going on at all. Don't say that everyone did when they definitely did not. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. The friends who you invited and who had no idea what was going on weren't in shock. But everyone else there totally was. Your parents are included in that too. I thought your mom was about to have a heart attack. I'm not surprised that you didn't tell me and my parents about it. That was probably the most logical thing you did. But I would have at least assumed that you told your parents who it was that you were going to get married to. How was I supposed to tell them that? I didn't tell them for the same reason that Carl didn't tell you and your parents. You and my parents used to get along really well, and I didn't know how they would react if I told them straight away that I was seeing your brother. I expected them to just be happy on the day of the wedding. Even if you hadn't gotten over it, there was nothing for them to get over in the first place. They can still see how messed up the whole situation is, though. Anyone with a brain can see how insane this whole thing is. You must have been on something to ever think that anyone would just come in there and be happy just because it was the wedding day. The fact that it was a wedding doesn't change the circumstances even in the slightest way. I don't care what you say, but you didn't have to ruin things for us just because you didn't get what you wanted. It's because you're such a damn baby that I wanted to be with Carl in the first place. He never makes a huge deal about tiny things like this. This is why he is so much better than you. Even with all of you yelling, he was very calm and collected. Maybe if you were more like him in the first place, then I never would have left you. Oh, whatever. I'm very glad that you find him so great. No need to rub it in my face even more. You're married and that's that. Why even message me now? Just stay out of my life. It's not fine because you ruined everything. You should be paying us back for the money that we basically wasted on this day. No one could enjoy anything after you all started yelling and walked out. You have no idea what the atmosphere was like afterwards. Are you out of your mind? You really think that I will give you even a cent for your wedding? Do I have to remind you that you kept the ring that I gave you? What does that have to do with anything? You gave it to me! That means that it is mine and you have no right to it. I gave it to you as proof that we were getting married. And then we didn't because you cheated on me with my brother of all people. And it has a lot to do with the situation too. That ring was probably worth more than the wedding that you put together. I don't think that I should pay for anything, and I should have gotten the ring back as well. I gave up on getting the ring back before, so you keep it and you can consider that me paying you back if you want. That's not fair! I would have had the ring no matter what! It doesn't make sense! I really don't care. You did the wrong thing by both cheating on me and keeping the ring after we broke up. I have no reason to pay for that stupid wedding that you invited me to. If it didn't go how you planned it, you can blame yourself for it. That's all there is. There is nothing else to be said about it. You're such an ass! I can't believe this! First you ruined my wedding day, and now you won't even take responsibility for it? How much of a scumbag can you be? Whatever. You can call me whatever names you want, but it doesn't change anything. Now leave me alone and enjoy your life with my brother. I don't want anything else to do with you anymore. Steve, dear, I am so sorry about what happened today. It was all just so horrible. Please just know that your dad and I really had no idea about any of that. Carl didn't tell us a thing. We were as much in the dark about it as you were. That's okay, Mom. I know that you and Dad had nothing to do with it. I just can't believe that Carl would pull such a stupid stunt. I have no idea what he was thinking. We were all so excited that he found someone that he had decided to settle down with. Who could have ever imagined that it would be Vivian? It was just completely unthinkable. I feel like such a mess right now, too. First, I was so excited for you when you told me you were engaged, and then it was like a ton of cold water got thrown on me when you told me the bad news about Vivian. I started thinking that I wouldn't see either of my sons get married at that point, and then Carl told me some unbelievable news. I never would have thought that he would be the one to get married first. But of course I was so happy for him and so excited to meet the woman who had changed him. I can't believe that it turned out to be Vivian all along. No wonder he had been so secretive about who his girlfriend was. I thought that he was just being shy because he never really had very serious relationships before, but it turned out to be something much, much worse. Oh, but here I am rambling all about me and my feelings. I am so sorry, Steve. How are you doing? It must have been such a horrific shock for you to see her walk out like that. It was a huge shock. You've got that right. I thought I was losing my mind for a second. But I am doing as well as I could be in such circumstances. Thanks for taking my side and walking out of there with me, too. It really means a lot knowing that you and Dad were there to support me through that complete mess. Of course! What else would we have done? I don't want to be a part of a wedding like that. It would have been ridiculous for your dad and I to have stayed there when you left. Carl didn't deserve to have any of us there with him. Carl shouldn't have ever tried to make us part of this. He's really too far gone at this point. I talked to him afterwards via text to try and vent some of my anger. He said that he thought we wouldn't be mad if we found out about it on the wedding day. Is he stupid? Why would that have changed anything at all? Finding out so suddenly would only serve to make things worse, if anything. I know, that's what I told him. I don't know how he got that idea that it would be better into his head. And even now he thinks that I just need some time to calm down and then I will get over the whole thing. I told him that I will not forgive him and he will be waiting until the day he dies if he thinks that I will reach out to him again. And I don't blame you for saying that either. Carl isn't welcome in the family anymore. Not after that. I can't believe that he would do that to you. Me neither. We had always gotten on so well. I thought that he would be the last person to ever betray me. I guess I was wrong there. I told him that I wouldn't have him in my life anymore. I am not going to talk to him or see him if I can help it in the slightest. That's the right thing to do. He needs to learn that there are consequences to his actions. He can't just say, "We're family," and hope that everyone forgives him. I hope this doesn't make things too awkward for you. You know, to have both your sons fighting like this. Don't worry about a thing. As far as I am concerned, I only have one son now, and that is you. Your dad and I are not going to have anything to do with Carl anymore either. If this is the sort of thing he wants to do, then he can do that on his own. This isn't something that he can just come back from with an apology or something like that. I know. Thanks, Mom. It means a lot to me that you're on my side now. I'm sorry that this means that the family is getting split apart, though. That's not something that any mother wants, I'm sure. Of course it's not something that anyone wants, but you have nothing to be sorry for. You don't need to apologize to me. Carl decided that there are other things that are more important to him than family. And worse than that, he decided that there are things that he will betray his family members for. He is the one who has made this decision. He is forcing our hands in this. And he has no right to complain about the outcome either. I can't believe that he turned out like this. I know that he is already an adult, and my influence over him ended a long time ago, but I still can't help but think about what went wrong. I never raised him to do something of the sort to anyone, let alone his own brother. I know you didn't, Mom. Don't go down that thought pattern too much. It won't do you any good. The only people who are to blame here are Carl and Vivian, and that's it. Hey, what's up? It's been quite a while, hasn't it? How have you been living? Everything going all right? Have you found a new girl to replace me yet? Or maybe your plans to move to another country are getting in the way of that? And before you ask, yes, of course Carl told me all about that. Why wouldn't he? So, any updates on that? Are you about to become a world traveler, even though you have never left the country before? What do you want from me? We haven't spoken for like a year at this point. Why bother messaging me now out of the blue? And I don't need to tell you about any of my future plans. They are none of your business. You and Carl can laugh about it all you want, but I don't care. Oh, is there anything wrong with catching up and touching base after some time has passed? We were engaged at one point, after all. Yeah, we were. And then you cheated on me with my brother and married him. I still don't see what we might have to touch base on, as you put it. There is nothing for us to talk about. God, maybe there is nothing good going on in your life and you're bitter about it. But you don't always have to act like this. What are you on about? You don't know anything that's going on in my life. Don't act as though you know what's been going on with me. You're right, I don't know. And to be honest, I don't care all too much either. Okay. So again, why bother messaging me? This makes even less sense if you say that you don't care. Because there has been a lot going on in my life, and I thought you might want to know about it. Why would I care about what has been going on in your life? We have gone our separate ways. There's nothing that you could say that will interest me. Oh, I wouldn't be so sure about that. This is some pretty big news after all. I'll just come out and say it since you're not asking me about it, though. I am pregnant and I'm going to be having a baby boy. Isn't that just great? Okay. I still have no idea why you think I would care about that. None of that has anything to do with me. You should be talking to my brother about that, not me. Assuming that it is his. Of course it's his! Who else's would it be? I don't know, but with your track record, it's not that much of a stretch to think that it could be someone else's. Don't be such a pig. Carl and I are married. I wouldn't cheat on him. We were engaged and you still cheated on me. I don't see how that's any different. There's a big difference. And part of the difference is who I am with now. I might have cheated on you, but I won't cheat on Carl. And of course he knows about it already. He was the first person I told the news to. Okay, well, now you've told me. Good job. Aren't you jealous? We're starting a family now. Me and Carl. That's what you always wanted to do, wasn't it? But now I am having a son with your brother and not you. How does that feel? It must sting, right? To see the woman of your dreams start a family with someone else? You've got it all wrong, Vivian. You're not the woman of my dreams. Maybe I thought you were in the past, but that's exactly what it is now. The past. Did you text me just to gloat or something? Don't you have anything better to do with your time? That's more or less it, yeah. I'm still annoyed about what happened at the wedding. You didn't end up paying for anything, so I figured I would rub this in your face a little bit and get some revenge out of it. Well, it's not really working. I can tell you that much. I don't care about it at all. Oh, say what you want, but I know that this kills you inside. You can act all unbothered and strong, but you won't fool me. Poor Steve, all on his own. It could have been you having a son with me, but it's not. It's your brother, Carl. Vivian, I don't care in the least. That is all the past, and I have long since moved on. If you have the free time to message me this nonsense, I would really suggest that you use it for something more productive. Now, I am busy, so leave me alone. Just because some time has passed doesn't mean that I want to talk to you. See? I knew that you hadn't gotten over it yet. I can just tell by the way you're talking to me now. Whatever. You can assume whatever you like. It doesn't bother me. Steve, I need to talk to you about something. I know we haven't spoken for a year, but this is important. I need some advice from you. I need it big time. I'm not interested in talking to you at all. Nothing has changed since the last time we spoke. I still want you out of my life. Leave me the hell alone. Please, this is really big. I need to talk to someone about it or I am going to go crazy. My life is about to get turned upside down. I don't know what I should do. Then talk to someone about it. But not me. I'm sure you can find someone else that will listen to your crap. I don't have anyone else to talk to about something of this sort. I'm not texting you for just a casual chat, okay? Listen to me. Viv is pregnant. She's having a kid. She told me like 2 weeks ago. I know that already. She messaged me a week ago to gloat about it and rub it in my face. Is that what you want to do as well? I'm telling you now, though, that it won't work. I don't care about it. No, this isn't that at all. I don't want to gloat. I don't want to brag. But I am in a really tough spot right now. The thing is that I don't want the kid. I don't want to be a dad at all. I never thought that this would happen. We weren't planning on having a kid or anything. I didn't think things would turn out like this and so quickly either. What else do you think happens when you have unprotected sex? Are you an idiot or something? You're not a teenager who doesn't know about these things. How could you not see it coming? Or at least the strong possibility of it? I don't know. You just always hear stories about people trying hard to have children and not managing to even do it. I didn't think it would be that easy. That sort of thing depends on the person. It's not a rule or anything. You should know better than that. Okay, sure, maybe I should have known better. I messed up. I wasn't thinking straight, I guess. But like I said, I didn't think it would happen, and I don't want the kid. I don't know what I am supposed to do now. She's so excited about it and told me with this look of happiness on her face, but I just wanted to run out of the house and scream. What should I do now? How do I tell her that I don't want her to have the child? I know that it sounds bad, but I am not at all ready to be a father yet. I'm not ready at all. I don't know what you should do now, and I don't care either. This problem is yours alone and has nothing to do with me. Come on, you're my brother. Don't you have any advice for me? How do I get out of this? What should I do? I am not your brother anymore. We've talked about that. I don't think of you as my brother in the slightest. There is no advice that I am going to give you, and I don't even have any to give. You have to figure this out on your own. You got her pregnant, and if she wants to keep the baby, then that's what's going to happen. If you weren't ready for that sort of thing, then you should have kept using a condom. You have no one else to blame but yourself on this one. But that seems to be a common pattern with you now that I think about it. You have to give me something more than that. I can admit that I messed up and it's my fault. But making a mistake shouldn't be the end of it. There has to be something that I can do to not have the kid but stay with Vivian. That's gotta be a possibility, right? Help me out here, Steve. I told you to deal with this on your own. Talk to her about it and be a man. There's nothing else you can do. Now sort it out between yourselves and keep me out of it. I don't want anything to do with this. Yo, Steve, what's up with that look on your face? Not sleeping well or something? You look completely exhausted. Hey, Ollie. Sorry about that. There's been a lot going on recently. Ghosts from the past sort of thing. I probably won't be staying too long tonight. Maybe we can call it a night after 2 or 3 beers. You don't mind, do you? I will have to think about that. We don't get to hang out that often, and now you want to bow out early. I'm not too happy about that, I must say. How about you tell me about it, and then I will decide if you get to leave early or not. I think that's fair, don't you? Always driving a hard bargain, aren't you? Okay, well I will tell you then. You know what happened with Vivian and me and my brother, right? Yeah, you told me all about that disaster when it happened. Now what? Is that what you meant by ghosts from the past? Still not over it. I thought you were seeing Zara now. Yeah, I am still seeing her, and we're doing really well, too. It does have something to do with Carl and Vivian, but it's not what you think. I am completely over it, and I am happy, kind of, that it happened, because it allowed me to meet Zara. Okay, so then what's all this about leaving early after only 2 beers? I said 2 or 3, not just 2. But anyway, I got a text a little while back from Vivian. She was bragging about how she was pregnant and having a kid and all that. Why would she even message you to tell you that? What's that got to do with you? That's exactly what I said. It has nothing to do with me, but she wanted to rub it in my face because she thinks I am still not over things and she doesn't forgive me for what happened at their wedding. You mean when you and your parents walked out? Is she still mad about that? Yeah, she is. She wanted me to pay her some money back to cover the cost of the wedding that she thought we ruined. God, what a way to think. I wish I was that delusional. No, you don't. That sounds like a nightmare to me. But whatever, she messages me, brags a bit, and that's that. But then a week later, Carl messages me too. And we hadn't spoken for a year at this point. Now, first I thought that he was going to do the same thing that Vivian did, but that wasn't it at all. He started telling me that he didn't want the kid and asking for advice on how to get out of the whole situation. What the hell? And he's coming to you for help with that? How can he not want his own kid? I don't know. He was never the type to want kids in the first place. Sounds like he messed up and didn't use protection when he should have. But this whole thing has got me thinking about what a mess this has been. I almost want the two of them to be happy together so that me and Vivian breaking up wasn't like a complete waste. Do you know what I mean? On one hand, it would feel good to have them fall apart, but on the other hand, it would be better for everyone, including me, if they didn't. I don't know how to put it properly, but Carl telling me about not wanting the kid has really shaken me a little, if I am honest. Not that I told him anything like that, of course. Right. I can see what you're getting at. If they broke up straight away, then the pain you went through would seem kind of pointless and cheap. But if they stay happily together, then it means that maybe there was some kind of purpose to it. Or there was some point in her leaving you. Something along those lines, right? Yeah, I guess so. It's hard to put into words, but I think you have the main idea. Well, all I can tell you to do is shut up and stop thinking about stupid things like that. You have a girlfriend now, right? Yeah, I do. We just talked about that. Okay. And do you want her to know that you're having these weird thoughts about your ex who ruined your life or whatever? No, of course I don't want her to do that. She might think that I still have feelings for someone else, and I don't. I'm just a little confused. Well, in that case, just stop thinking about it. It's been a year since it all went down. Life moves on, things change. Was there a point in anything that you went through? Maybe, but maybe not, and who cares? Will finding an answer really help you? Will it change anything? I don't think so. You would still be you sitting here drinking beers with me, and dating Zara. So just focus on her and you. That's all that needs to be done. Let your brother and your ex deal with their own issues on their own. You shouldn't even think about them. You know, I think you're right. But it's easier said than done. I can't just switch my thoughts off. Maybe not on your own, but we have a few things here that can help you do that. You're not going home after 3 beers, Steve. Have a couple more and you won't even remember that you have an ex. You're an idiot, Ollie. Or maybe a genius. Probably a bit of both. Alright, hand me a beer then, will you? Steve, I need your help. Something terrible has happened. You again. What is it this time? Something else came up in your life that you want to brag to me about? Wasn't the last time enough for you then? I just want you people to leave me in peace. Is that really so much to ask? I know I did that before, but that's in the past, isn't it? Just forget about that for a second. This time is a real emergency. The baby was born a few weeks ago. I have a son now. That doesn't sound like an emergency to me. That's what happens about 9 months after you get pregnant. I don't think that you need to be updating me on all of your milestones with the baby. That's not what I meant by that. I am not just giving you an update. Stop butting in and just let me explain what is going on. Carl has disappeared. He hasn't been home for a while and he won't reply to any of my texts. I have no clue where he is right now. What do you mean he disappeared? Is he in some sort of danger? No, I don't think so. It's because of the baby. He ran away because he didn't want the baby. Do you know anything? Has he reached out to you at all? I don't even know where to begin looking for him. I thought that you might know something about where he is right now.
Carl and I don't talk anymore. It's the same as it has been with you. I have cut him out of my life, and it has been that way with only 2 exceptions, when both you and him messaged me around the time you got pregnant.
He got in contact with you back then as well? What did he say? He didn't tell me that he had spoken to you.
He told me that he needed help because he was scared that he was going to be a father. He wanted advice on how to get out of the situation.
He did that even back then? I thought that maybe it was seeing the baby in real life that got him spooked all of a sudden. But he was thinking like that even back then? That bastard! I will never forgive him for that. This is his own son that he is talking about. And so what did you tell him to do? Is that the reason he has run away now? Because you told him that he should abandon me and the baby after I give birth?
I didn't say anything of the sort. I didn't give him much advice because I didn't want to talk to him. I just told him that he needs to deal with this problem himself and that he should talk to you about the fear that he is feeling. I guess he didn't end up doing that.
No, he didn't say anything to me at that time. So does that mean that you don't know where he is at the moment? He hasn't said anything to you about where he might have headed?
No, I have no idea. He hasn't talked to me since that time about 9 months ago.
Then how am I supposed to get in contact with him if he is ignoring my calls and texts?
I don't know how you might be able to do that. And honestly, I don't really care. Why do you two keep insisting on dragging me into your mess? This has nothing to do with me, and you need to sort it out on your own. I don't understand why you think that you can rely on my help whenever you need it.
It's not like I would reach out and ask for help if it wasn't important. But I have a baby to care for now. I can't do it on my own. Carl was the one working since I quit my job to raise our son. I don't have any income, and who knows where he is or when he might be back. I need help, Steve. Please.
I don't understand what you want from me. If you have something to ask me, then spit it out and don't beat around the bush.
I need you to help me with money is what I am asking. At least until Carl shows up again.
You can't actually be asking me that seriously, right? Right?
I am being very serious. What about the baby? Do you even know how many things I need to buy for him?
And you bought none of it before in preparation?
Of course I did. But I wasn't exactly prepared for Carl to just disappear like this. I bought some things, but I figured I would always be able to get more stuff later.
And you have no money of your own to support the baby for a while? It's not like Carl is going to be gone forever. Even he isn't that stupid. I think.
I have some, sure. But that's not enough for the baby. I mean, I have to have a source of money that I can rely on. What happens if I use all I have and then there's nothing left anymore?
I think that you're being over the top with this. You're not going to burn through money that fast. If you were working before, you should have money left for a while.
Why can't you just help me? This baby is your nephew, you know. Don't you care about that at all?
Vivian, listen to me. None of this is my problem. I don't know exactly what went down between you and Carl, but it is none of my concern. Sure, I feel bad for the baby, but it doesn't sound like you're in the most dire situation right now. I am not going to be paying for anything for you. That's just not going to happen.
You're so heartless. How can you just abandon this baby? This is why I am glad that I never ended up marrying you.
Oh, and married my brother instead? The one who has disappeared now that the baby has been born? Is that what you're getting at?
Shut up! I don't need you to make me feel worse about this than I already do. You have no idea what it feels like right now.
Maybe not exactly, but I do have some understanding of how it feels to be abandoned by someone you love. If you need help with money in the short term, then go and ask your parents. This baby is also their grandson. I am sure that they will be more than happy to help you.
They don't even talk to me ever since the wedding. I have barely been in contact with anyone in my family since then. My parents told everyone what happened, and they all started distancing themselves from me after that. There's no way that they would give me money now.
You never know, though. They might, since it has to do with a baby. If you send them a message and they see it, they might have a change of heart. What I do know for sure, though, is that you have a better chance of getting money from them than you do from me. Either that or keep trying to get in touch with Carl and get him to come back. But I already told you that I don't know where he is.
Steve, please don't leave me now. I need your help. Steve!
What the hell are you doing here? You have no business here, Carl. You have to let me stay here, Steve. I'm begging you. I don't know where else to go. You do have somewhere to go, and I know exactly where you need to go. You need to go back to your own damn house where your wife and son are waiting for you, you complete idiot. I can't go back there. That's where I am running from. I told you that I didn't want to be a dad. I don't care about what you want or don't want. Vivian started texting me asking me to pay her money to help support the baby. I'm not going to be paying for something that you're running away from. Take some responsibility for what you have done. You stole my fiancé from me, married her, but now that you have a kid, you're just going to up and run away from them? I know that it's bad, but I am just not ready for it. I can't do it, Steve. I simply can't. It doesn't matter if you're ready for it or not. No one is ever ready to be a parent. They have to learn as they go along. You're 30 years old. If you're not ready now, then when will you be ready for it? You're not 18 years old with no job or something like that. Go back and take care of your son. Maybe I will never be ready. Not everyone is made to be a parent. Not everyone needs to have children. Maybe I am just one of those people. One of those forever bachelors. You know what I am talking about, right? You can't be a forever bachelor if you already have a wife and son. You should have thought about this before getting married and having a kid. It's too late to turn your back on them now. The baby is born and needs a father and someone to support him. Just let me stay here and then I will think about it in the morning. But I don't know where else to go right now. You're not staying here. My girlfriend is over and I don't need you butting into my life with all of your problems. I'm telling you that you need to go home to your wife and son. It's the right thing to do. Right for who? I don't want to spend the next 18 years of my life raising this kid. I have made a big mistake. And now that I have run away once, how can I go back? Vivian will kill me. I don't know how that will work out, but you need to go back all the same. Sort that out with Vivian once you're back. Come on, Steve. Please let me stay for at least one night. This would mean a lot to me. No thanks. I am not in the business of letting strangers stay in my house at a moment's notice. Especially not when they're in the business of running away from their newborn son and wife. I'm not a stranger! I am your brother. We have known each other our entire lives. Don't turn your back on me now! I told you that I do not have a brother. Not anymore. Vivian, you're kind of in luck. I just saw Carl. I don't even know why I am trying to help you, but I guess that I feel bad for the baby. You and Carl might be horrible people, but the baby is innocent of all that. What do you mean you saw him? Did he come over to yours or something? Yeah, he came over and begged me to stay at my house for the night. I turned him away, though. I told him that he needs to go back to you and your son. I have no idea if he really will or not, though. Wait out for him a bit. He might just turn up late tonight or sometime tomorrow. He seemed to be very desperate, but he was worried about how he would come home now that he had run away. Maybe if you message him telling him something along the lines of that you forgive him, but you want him to come back, then he will feel safe enough to come back. That asshole has it coming to him when he gets back here. You think he can just try and walk out on me and our son and I will just forgive him for it? I'm not saying that you actually have to forgive him or anything, but it's probably the easiest way to get him to come home sooner rather than later. At the very least, since he came over to mine, it means that he is still in town and will most likely be back at some point. It's still where he lives. He has his things there and he has to work, I am assuming. Even if he comes back, though, he will just run away again and leave me to take care of the baby all alone. How can he even think of doing this to his own son? I have no idea what is going through his head. I am not him. You will have to ask him that if you want to figure out the real answer to your question. What you should really do is probably divorce him and get the courts to order him to pay you child support. That way, he can't legally run away from you. Do it through the proper legal channels and it will be fine. But I will still have to raise the baby on my own then. I might have the money, but it's still going to be so hard to do it all alone. That might be so, but it's better than being alone and not even getting child support, isn't it? This is all I can do for you, though. It's just a suggestion. You could also hope that he just comes back and stays this time. I just wanted to let you know that Carl came back. It seems like he did end up listening to you after all. Well, at least you did something right this time. And so then, what did you decide to do? Are you going to take my advice and do as I said you should?
You mean get a divorce and make the courts order him to pay me child support?
Yeah, that is what I mean. Is that what you're going to do?
No, I am not. I still think that the baby would be better off with both parents in the picture. We talked it over and he apologized and said that he just got spooked for a bit. But now he says he is ready to raise the child. We're going to stay together and do that.
And you really think that he's telling the truth? Didn't he act like that while you were pregnant as well? You told me yourself that you're scared that he will just run off again. What happened to that?
He won't do that again. He said that he's come to terms with being a father, so I believe him.
Okay, whatever. You're free to do what you think is best. Why are you telling me then?
I just thought you would want to know that your brother is back where he is supposed to be.
To be honest, I don't really care. But thanks, I guess. Good luck with it all, then.
Steve, he did it again! That idiot! He ran off from me again!
I can't say that I am too surprised there. There was a pretty high chance that if he did it once, that he would do it again. That was the risk that you agreed to when you decided to forgive him and just act as though nothing really happened between the two of you.
I know, but I really thought that he wouldn't do that to me a second time. Now what am I supposed to do? Again, I am alone with a baby to raise.
How about this time you actually listen to what I told you to do and get a divorce? He is obviously not going to stick around and look after the baby. So the best thing you can hope for is for him to pay you child support and you raise your son using that money.
But I will still be all alone, and even if I have money, the baby won't have a father figure in his life. That's not the way I imagined raising my son.
There doesn't seem to be anything else that you can do, though. You can't just snap your fingers and have a new father figure appear in your life.
What about you, Steve? Won't you help me?
I am helping you right now by telling you all of this when I don't have to. Most other people in my position probably wouldn't even give you advice.
I know that, but that's not what I meant. I mean, why don't the two of us get married like we were supposed to? Then you can help me raise the boy. I know that you would be a good father. And while he isn't your son, he is still your nephew. He is still your family.
There is absolutely no chance that will ever happen. We're done in every way possible. I have someone else in my life, and I am not going to throw her to the side to help you deal with your problems and raise your son.
You won't even consider it? We were going to get married, though, at one point. You proposed to me!
Yeah, at one point that was going to happen, but not anymore. I am not going to repeat myself. The answer is no. You can take my advice or not, that's up to you. But whatever you do from now on, you have to do it on your own and without my help.
But advice isn't enough! I don't think that I can do this on my own. Can't you see that I'm in trouble here? Why not help me? If not for me, then for your nephew.
No means no, and my answer is final, Vivian. I won't say anything more about it. You made your choice when you left me for my brother. Now this is the result. Don't ask me again, because my answer will not change. I hope it works out, if only for the baby. He did nothing wrong and doesn't deserve a hard life just because of the mistakes that you and my brother made. Carl returned home a little while after my last conversation with Vivian. Not that night, and not even the night after that, but 3 days after he came back to his wife and son. As one might imagine, they had a huge fight about it, but in the end they tried to work through it once again and stay together and raise the baby. That didn't work out well in the end. Carl again ran away when he felt that the pressure was getting too much for him to handle and stayed away for almost a month without any contact. It might have taken Vivian a little while to fully get her head around the situation, but at least she finally realized what she had to do in the end. I honestly don't know why she was so certain each time he said that he had changed that he was really telling the truth. She turned out wrong about it anyway. When he came back inevitably for the third time, Vivian had the divorce papers ready and waiting for him. She took him to court and the judge ordered him to pay a hefty amount in child support. He also had to pay a large chunk of it up front since he had a history of running away from his responsibilities and there was a high chance that he would do it again. Vivian's parents still didn't speak to her even after she reached out to them and begged them for help. She at least wanted to stay with them for a while after the divorce, but they said no. She also asked me to do the same, which is when she told me all of this information. But I also said no. Zara had moved in with me, and there was no chance that I was going to let my ex into my house like that. I would have said no even if I were single or not living with my girlfriend. It's just the obvious decision considering what had happened between us. Vivian ended up using the lump sum child support that she got from Carl to find a small apartment where she could live with her baby son. I heard that she is still having a hard time taking care of him all on her own. I feel bad for the kid since he didn't do anything wrong, and it is unfair that he had to be born into such a mess. But at the same time, this isn't really my problem, and I am not really going to get involved. If something really bad happens that would be a threat to the baby's safety and security, then that's another conversation. I wouldn't be able to sit back and just let that happen if I knew about it. But as it is, it's just Vivian who is struggling and not the baby himself. As long as that is the case, I will happily sit on the sidelines and live my life. Carl is still ostracized by my entire family, and even those relatives who didn't completely cut him off after what he did to me, they did so now after finding out that he ran out on his child 2 times. As for me, I am happily living with my girlfriend and enjoying life maybe even more than I did before. I had to go through a lot to get to this point, but if I didn't do that, then I would have never met her. It did put a little bit of a wrench in my plans of traveling or working abroad, but that may have been a way of running from my problems, as Carl had pointed out. Now with my girlfriend, I don't have as much of a desire to leave, at least to live somewhere else. But we will definitely try and visit some new places together and explore a bit. I suppose life is always about ups and downs, and we have to take it all as it comes.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to see more content.